Good morning, everybody. Welcome. So tonight starts there's a Jewish holiday that starts tonight. That's not a super well-known holiday. It's the holiday where Moses goes up on Mount Sinai and receives the Torah, all the teachings and the history and the laws and all the stuff. So it's a holiday about revelation, which is really what the story of yoga is. In the end of it all, it's the story of revelation. So when we think about what revelation means, and this has been my experience in my own life, that when you hear some teaching, whether it's in a yoga class or in a synagogue or a Unitarian Society or wherever it is you are, you hear some a teaching that just resonates with you. It's like, a light bulb goes off. My experience of that has often been that not that it was something new being taught to me, but that finally I had a language or a way to explain or a more universal understanding of something that I already knew, but maybe it wasn't at the surface yet. It just sort of woke something up inside. And so, that's an ever ongoing process. And, when we come to our yoga mat, it's the process of figuring out where our bodies are, because most of us have probably done, looking around this room, we've probably done down dog, I don't know, 1,000 times, 10,000 times, 100,000 times, 200, 1,000,000 times, I don't know, right? But it's not the down dog I was doing 30 years ago is not the down dog that I'm doing now. This body is a different body. This understanding is a different understanding. This way of being in the world is a different way of being in the world. And so when we are open to it, when we are doing the practice of, being here and being present and paying attention, there is this constant stream of revelation that is happening. But it requires us to, again, nothing new here, you guys, just quiet, pay attention. When your mind is full of what you think you know, then you're not learning anything new. And that's okay. It's not to say forget the stuff that you learned and forget the stuff that no, that's important stuff. It's good. It's fine, But when we're focused on, oh, I know how to do this, or I know what this is, then we're not open to, a new or a fresher way, or a perhaps a different way of experiencing, that very same thing. And the question is not, sort of on the highest level. The question isn't, do we believe that Moses went up on a mountain and, spoke to God? Do we believe that the Shiva Sutras were dictated to a fish in a river who then became a sage and wrote them down? Like that, whatever, the question is not, do we believe that those things happen? The question is, are we open to the revelations that those are reminding us that we need to be open to? The question is, where are we in our own practice so that we are still ripe for learning? Because we come to our mat, we do the same poses. 80% of the practice, it's the same poses over and over and over again. But, we receive it differently. What did I eat for breakfast today? Am I in a, did I sleep well? Did I not sleep well? Did I, I'm always funny. I was just looking on Punch Pass, and it's always often there's a cancellation for class at like 3:30 a.m., 4:30 a.m. And you're like, oh yeah, I see what went on there. Someone's got to sleep in this morning because they were up at 3:30 a.m., But so the practice is received differently, when we're depending on the factors of the day, because we do live in these bodies. But at the highest level, the revelation that any spiritual practice is meant to open us to or give us is the remembrance that, we live in this concealed state for the most part. That is the story of yoga at the sort of highest level. We have come into being as these limited and concealed beings. And at the highest level, the practice is, can I remember who I really am? Can I connect so deeply within that I am remembering that I am a part of everything, that I am the essence of my being is this one energy that is the one energy of everything and everywhere. Do you need something? Okay. I'm like, you're standing up like you needed something over there. Okay, just checking. So the invitation is to get quiet enough, to be able to really listen, to appreciate the teachings that you already know, that your body already knows, but also be open to, what is seeking to reveal itself to you in your practice this morning. Whether that's, and sometimes that's very profound and it's really like aha moments, and sometimes it's just like, oh, if I turn my foot that way, this happens. Okay, great. Doesn't have to be profound, it doesn't have to be, it can be, but whatever it is that is seeking to come to you today, just be open to it. All right, close your eyes and sit up nice and tall. Let your breath deepen and slow. Just take a few moments to focus on a steady, even breath in and out through the nose. And then let your exhale become a little longer than your inhale. And have a sense of emptying out. Because just as you cannot pour more water into a full jug, you cannot pour more teaching into a mind that is very busy. You can't pour revelation. You can't open up to more revelation in a mind that is very busy. So let your thoughts become a little, just sort of fade into the background. Bring your awareness fully present. Just keep emptying out for these first moments of what you think you know about your body, about your thoughts, about your yoga practice, about yoga poses, about really anything and everything. And let yourself open up to the teachings that present themselves. And bring your hands together at your heart. And as you bring your hands to your heart, you can make that ask. You can ask the universe for revelation. Perhaps there's something you're struggling with, some answer you are seeking. Ask. Let that be the intention of the practice today. It can also just be an ask for whatever it is the universe thinks you need to know. Maybe there's not a clarity there. And it's just an opening up. But make the ask. Make the intention. And then we'll call it out to the universe in the form of our chant. So we'll chant 3 ohms and then 3 times through Om Namah Shivaya. You can join by chanting or listening or however you like to participate. Taking a deep breath. Namah Shivaya, Nave Satchitananda Murtaye, Ishvara Panchaya Shantaya, Niranamaya Tejase. Namah Shivaya, Nave Satchitananda Murtaye, Ishvara Panchaya Shantaya, Niranamaya Tejase. Om Namah Shivaya, Nave Satchitananda Murtaye, Ishvara Panchaya Shantaya, Niranamaya Tejasya. Let your head bow to your heart. And then release your hands and let your eyes open. And we're going to just stay seated for a moment. Just switch the cross of your legs. Bring your other leg in front. And then bring your hands to the floor in front of you with the legs crossed. You can stay seated on a blanket if you're on, but bring your hands to the floor in front. Yeah. And just creep your hands out. Keep your sit bones, your hips grounded. And then just walk your hands over to the right. And then walk back to center. And walk over to the left. And walk back to center. And then walk over to the right again. Walk all the way over. And then let your left arm lift up, twist open into a side bend. You can have your elbow down or your hand down, either way. As you inhale, lengthen the whole left side of your body. As you exhale, lean a little bit more to the right. And then walk through center. Pause for a moment at center. And walk over to the other side, to the left. It could be on your hand or your elbow, and just let your right arm sweep up towards the sky. You could reach over towards you can reach towards the windows if you're in the room, over your right ear, keeping your right sit bone down. So just a whole lot of length in the right side of the body. Good. And then exhale, walk back to center. Keep your hands out in front of you. And then roll over your legs. Come to hands and knees. And just do a little cat and cow to connect to your breath, line up with your breath. Okay, come on, cooperate here. There we go. Just see if you can have this sense of waiting for the breath. So letting the breath initiate the movement. So begin the inhale and then let your spine arch. Begin the exhale and let your spine round. Just wait for the breath. Let your breath be your teacher. Do one more. And then drop your elbows down. So sit your hips back towards your heels. If your knees bother, you can put a blanket behind and bring elbows down to the floor in front of the knees. So shins parallel, forearms parallel. And then take your right hand behind your head. And we're going to just twist open. Press the left elbow down, twist open to the right. Lift your right elbow up. Press your head back. Exhale, tap your right elbow down. Good. Inhale, twist open. Exhale, tap down. And then just like that, a few more times with your breath. This is a thoracic spine opener. We don't have a ton of mobility in our thoracic spine. We're not supposed to. It protects our lungs and our heart and all those important organs. So we don't want it to be too mobile, but we want it to be as mobile as it can be. So do one more here. Really pushing down into your elbow on the floor, lifting up into the lifted elbow. And then drop your right hand down, just pause. And take your left hand behind your head. Inhale, twist to the left. Push down into the right elbow. Good. Exhale, tap down. Inhale, twist open with breath. Exhale, release back down. Inhale, lift. As you're exhaling and tapping down, just release all the air. Breathe to the bottom of the breath. Empty out as completely as you can before then you breathe in. The key to a good inhale is a good exhale. Do one more. Good. Bring the elbow, drop your hand back down. Stretch your arms now out in front into a child's pose, a more extended child's pose. If you want to open up your knees a little bit so you can let your belly soften down, you can do that. Stretch your arms out long. And then walk your arms and your torso over to the right. Bring your belly on top of your right thigh. Keep your left hip down. You can stay here. You can take your left hand on top of your right hand for a little deeper stretch underneath the shoulder blade. That's it. Inhale through center. Walk over to the left. Right hip down. Maybe right hand on top of left hand if that serves you. Back to center. Stretch your arms out in front. We can't know what's hidden from us. It's concealed. So we just open up, we listen, we pay attention. We know how to orient ourselves, where to find ourselves. And then we can move on from there. Come up to tabletop. All right, make a little more space between your hands and knees. So like a slightly longer tabletop. Yeah. And then we'll come to thread the needle. So inhale, sweep your right arm to the sky. And then thread your right arm underneath. You can land onto your elbow. You can land onto your shoulder and the side of your head. Come up onto your left fingertips. Plug your left shoulder back. Push your right shoulder and your head down into the floor so that the muscles in the shoulder and in the neck are taking the weight, not your spine. And then if you know another variation of this twist that you like, go for it. This is an all levels class, so you can make it your own. I like to just give a lot of options. All right, take one more breath in whatever stretch you've found yourself in. And then use your left hand to help bring you back up. Center yourself on your mat. Take your left arm up, twist open, and then sweep under. Keep a lot of length in your torso, so space between your shoulder on the floor and your knees on the floor so that your spine can really rotate and get the full benefit of that twist. So what we're working with today is twisting. Whatever you did on the first side, do that again here. So just mirror. We're working with twisting because, of course, twisting is about wringing out, letting go, sort of contracting and squeezing out like the way you squeeze water out of a washcloth, letting go of what you think you know so that wisdom can flow in. Rise up. All right, come on back up. Tabletop. Good. Downward facing dog. Do your doggy warm-ups, however you like to do those. So, it's not that we're emptying out of what we think we know, What we know is what we know, and there's good stuff in there. It's not that we forget it. It's just that we let it fade into the background. It's that idea of beginner's mind. A mind that is full of being an expert is not open to learning, right? So it's that idea, just being open to learning, open to revelation. Okay, drop your knees back down and then step your right foot up between your hands. Actually, step it outside your hands. Go to a wider lunge. Yeah, like that. And then do some circling here, just getting some movement into the hips now. Circle around one way, like you're sort of drawing a circle in the air with your behind. Let the diameter of the circle get bigger and bigger. And go around the other way, circle the other direction if you haven't changed directions. Okay, good. Then let your front knee bend. You can turn your toes out a little bit here. And then so the toes point a little bit towards the upper right corner. Walk your hands to the upper left corner. Press your left thigh bone back. And just extend your spine out of your pelvis. Feel a widening of your inner thighs and your sit bones.
The base of your spine sits right in the center of your pelvis. So imagine you could widen the bones of your pelvis side to side. Just create a little release around your sacrum, the base of your spine, so that then your spine can stretch out a little bit longer. Take one more breath here. Good. Then walk your hands back under your shoulders. Heel toe your foot now to center, and we're going to come to the hamstring stretch. So slide your right heel out in front. If you need blocks for your hands, of course, put hands on blocks. Good. Level off your hips. That right hip is going to want to be higher and more forward than the left. So draw the right hip back and down slightly. Still press to the big toe side of your right foot. And then try to keep that action of the inner thighs widening, the pelvis widening out so the spine can release, and let your head and your spine just spill over your leg. Empty out. Let go. Affirm your deepest knowings of yoga. Not what you've learned from books or teachers, but what your heart knows. And then just open to more of that. Inhale, shift forward and sweep that leg back behind. And then swing your left foot up outside the hands and circle. Big sweeping movements. Feel your thigh bones rotating in the hip socket. And as we move through the asana practice, just have this sense of what your body knows. Circle around the other way. Sometimes we call that muscle memory. Really, there's not such a thing as muscle memory. You know, your brain is what holds the memory, and it tells the muscles what to do. And there's patterning there for sure. But it's really what your brain knows. But it's indicative of a sort of an instinctual level of feeling your way into things, so we could call it muscle memory. That's fun. All right, let your weight shift forward. You can turn your left toes a little bit towards the upper left corner. Walk your hands to the upper right corner. Broaden out through your pelvis. Feel your inner thighs widening, your sit bones widening, maybe even the hip points in the front of your pelvis widening out, so that there's a release around the sacrum, the base of the spine, and you can extend your spine even a little bit more. Imagine that your spine reached all the way to your fingertips. All right, walk your hands back under your shoulders. Heel toe your left foot straight out in front. Come up onto your heel. Straighten your leg. Again, draw the left hip down and back slightly. And maintaining that widening action of your pelvis, the release around the sacrum, let your spine fold over your leg. Let your head release. With each exhale, emptying out. Emptying of thoughts that are not of this moment. Emptying of your morning, of your to-do list for the rest of the day. For me, it's lunch. I'm always thinking about food in yoga. I don't know. I think, I share this all the time. I did yoga. My first yoga was above a bagel shop in New York City. And you would just smell the bagels the whole time. And I think it just made this Pavlovian thing where I think about food when I'm in my yoga practice. Okay. Shift your weight forward, slide that leg back, downward facing dog. Come up to a wide dog, feet wide apart. And do a couple of dog squats here with your legs wide. So bend your knees, poke your hips back. Yep, pull them back. And then stretch your legs straight or straightish. And bend again, hips back, spine long. Yep, and straighten. And do one more. Okay, good. And then narrow your stance. So come back to a normal down dog stance. So feet about sit bone distance apart. And then swing your right leg up outside your right hand again. So in another wide lunge, this time with the back knee off the floor. Good. Extend back through your back leg really powerfully. Bend into your front knee. Lengthen your spine forwards. Draw your collarbones broad. Let your heart extend forward. Okay, then we're going to drop the back heel into a warrior two stance, and we'll come to warrior dog. So drop the heel down. And just like we did with the knee down, Now just doing it with the knee up. So hands walk to your upper left corner of your mat. Toes point straight ahead, knee pointing straight at your toe. At your, let's say, right middle toe. Yeah, right knee bent. You got it, guys. That's it. One more breath here. Then walk your hands back underneath your shoulders, spin up your back heel, swing that leg back. Inhale, come forward to plank. Tone your glutes and your legs, tone your belly, tone the muscles between your shoulder blades. Knees up or down, up to you, lower through chaturanga. Untuck your toes. Come to a unsupported cobra, so hands off the mat, letting the back muscles just turn on a little bit. Squeeze your elbows in. Turn on the muscles between your shoulder blades, between your shoulders and the back body. Tone your glutes a lot, your legs a lot. Then plant your hands, keep the back muscles working, curl up any amount more. And the goal is not to get the arms straight, it's shoulders back, but maybe a deeper opening in the front of the body. Exhale, back downward facing dog. Wide lunge, left foot forward. That's it. So be in the lunge first, just extending from your pelvis all the way to your right heel. Extending from the left side of your pelvis forward through your left knee down to your left foot. Extending from your pelvis up through the crown of your head, broadening through your collarbones. Then spin down your right heel, warrior two legs. Keep your knee right over your ankle, so it's pressing wide to the left. Walk your hands to the upper right corner. Yes. You got it. One more breath here. Walk your hands back under your shoulders. Step back to dog. Inhale to plank. Chaturanga, knees up or down. Inhale to your back bend. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. Widen your feet again. So go as wide as your mat again. Good. And then walk yourself back into a squat. You can land into a high squat up here if your knees are happier up high. If your knees are fine sitting down low, you can sit down low. Squeeze your legs into your arms. Press your arms out into your legs. Create a little resistance. Lengthen all the way up to your collarbone, your breastbone, through the crown of your head. And then take it to twist. Release your right hand. Take your left hand either to your left knee or up to the sky. Twist open. Squeeze your arm and your leg together. That's it. Back to center. Second side. Left hand down. Right hand can go on the right knee or can reach up towards the sky. Back to center. Release your hands. Straighten your legs. Widen your heels so your feet are parallel. Let your spine just spill over. Let your head, your neck soften. Walk yourself back to downward facing dog. Narrow your stance in your dog pose. And then sweep your right leg to the sky. Bend your knee and open your hip. Notice how your left armpit, your left shoulder wants to collapse down. So lift up your left shoulder, lift your left shoulder blade onto your back. Feel your left armpit stay hollow. And then on your next exhale, you're going to sweep your right knee forward to your outer left elbow. Sorry, I don't know why the music is getting so loud. All right, sweep across, twist. Then inhale, up and back. Open your hip. Keep your shoulders steady. Don't let that left armpit drop. Twist across. Right knee, left elbow. Inhale. Open up, twist open. One more. Come across. As you come across, keep your left shoulder blade lifting up. That's it. Back and up. Drop your right foot down. If you need a rest, take a rest. If you like a vinyasa, take a vinyasa. See what opens you for revelation. Sometimes it's the moving, sometimes often my best thoughts are happening when I'm running or yogaing, right? Where we just get into that flow. Sometimes it's the stillness that you need to have the revelation happen. So just be mindful of what it is you need for yourself today to make that happen. Left leg up. Let's not say make it happen. Let's say allow it to happen. Bend your knee and open your hip. Good. Now check in with your right armpit, your right shoulder. Yep. Keep your shoulders nice and steady. Sweep that leg across the front and twist knee to right elbow. Inhale, up and back and open. Exhale, twist across, knee to opposite elbow. Inhale, up. Last one. Twist across and open up. Good. Back to dog. Rest or flow. Uttanasana, forward bend. Step or hop. Come to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen your spine, rise all the way up. Reach up and stretch up nice and tall. Good. Exhale, let your arms float down by your sides. Take your feet a little narrower. If you need a wider base for balance, of course, stay a little wider if you need to. If you can, bring your feet a little closer together for chair pose. Bend your knees, poke your hips back. That's it. Spin your inner thighs down, spin your sit bones wide, then drop your tailbone and tone your belly. Inhale your arms to the sky. Good. Press your thigh bones towards the floor. Lengthen your spine out of your pelvis at the same time. Hold. One more breath. Press into your feet. Come on up. Exhale, release your arms. We're going to go into chair twist. I want you to think about, so the difference between a twist and a turn, and I know some of you guys know this, right? But let's just revisit. When you turn, everything turns, right? My hips are turning, my legs are turning, everything's turning. A twist, in terms of our yoga practice, is a rotation around the spine. So when we're saying a twist in yoga, most of the time, we're meaning a rotation around the spine, which means, look, I'm not moving as much, right? But my hips are staying fixed. And that's where you get that good wringing out, squeezing out action in the abdominal. So as we come into twisted chair, just have that in your awareness. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, sit your hips back. Good, slide your hands to your heart. Twist to the right, so left elbow, right knee. Hook your left elbow. You can also go on the right knee. That's fine if it doesn't make it over to the left knee. To the right knee. You can go on your left knee, is what I meant to say. Okay, now look down. Did your left knee poke forward? Is your left hip dropping down? Pull your left knee back. Pull your left hip back slightly. Extend your spine out of your pelvis, and then rotate your upper body around the spine. Let the spine be the axis of your twist. Yes, very good, you guys. That's it. Take one more breath here. And then inhale to center. You can go arms up. Just come up for a moment. Give the legs a break. Exhale, release your arms. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, chair. Hands to heart. Twist left. Good. Hook the elbow and then check in with your right knee, your right hip. You can do that by looking, or you can just feel it in your awareness. One more breath to extend your spine on the inhale, to rotate around your spine on the exhale. And then inhale, center, sweep your arms up. You got it. Come on, all the way up. Good. Sweep your hands now behind your back. Interlace your fingers together. Stretch your arms straight back. Good. And then fold from your hips. Arms towards the sky, head towards the floor. If your shoulders feel tight or it's hard to lift up your arms, if you hold a strap behind your back, that might give you a little more access into your shoulders. That's another way you can do it, if that would feel more beneficial. Okay, release your hands down. Walk yourself back, downward facing dog. Inhale and sweep your right leg up behind you. whatever dog split you like. And then step it all the way up between your hands. Spin down your back heel. We're coming to Parsvakonasana. So your right hand can stay on the floor outside your right foot, or you can hop your right forearm onto your right thigh. Either one works, or you can go on a block, of course. Take your left hand on your hip just for a moment. That's it. Then just set your legs. So back leg nice and strong. Make sure your front knee, your right knee is right over your ankle. Then, just like we did in the chair twist, rotate around your spine. Take your right ribs forward, your left ribs back. Keep your right shoulder back, but take your left shoulder back. Now sweep your arm up and over your ear. That's it. And then expand your wisdom, whatever it is, revealing itself in your own heart this morning. Expand it all the way to the surface of your skin. Just become the embodiment of that knowing. We're going to open to triangle. So you're going to straighten your right leg. Your hand can be on your ankle, your shin, a block. Trikonasana. Same idea here. Legs stay steady from your hips. Root down through your legs into your feet. And then keeping that steady from the hips down, turn your upper body, look up. Yes. One more breath. Exhale, we're going to walk between your feet to Prasarita Padottanasana. So parallel your feet, walk to a long, wide stance. That's it. And fold to center here. Keep your legs strong, just supporting you. The legs wide, we get that widening action of the pelvis so that the spine can sort of just spill out. Then we're going to take it into a side bend. So walk both hands to your right leg. If you've got your balance, hold your right leg with both hands. If you need to keep a hand on the floor for balance, that's fine. Push your your left hip to the left, but pull your torso to the right. So the hips stay level with each other. That's it. Then walk through center. Pause. Over to the other side. Hold your left ankle, shin, whatever you can reach. Again, a hand on the floor for balance, of course, is fine. So the right hip is going to want to move to the left with you. Push your right hip to the right. Pull your torso to the left. So hip back. More like back hip. So it's more of a side bend. Yeah. All right, back to center. Walk back to the front edge of your mat. Turn your toes forward. Step back down like facing dog. You can hold. You can always take a rest. Your resting pose doesn't have to be dog. It can be child's pose. If you want to come through a vinyasa, you can come through a vinyasa here. Sweep your left leg up. Step forward. Parsvakonasana. So hand to the outside of the foot or forearm onto the shin, onto the thigh works also for the half version. Make your right leg really strong. Start with your right hand on your hip. Bend your left knee into a square. Yes. Now work the twist of the upper body. So left ribs forward, right ribs moving back. Right shoulder back, right arm up, arm over your ear. As the arm comes over, the right ribs are going to want to collapse down towards the floor a little bit, the right shoulder. Do you guys feel that? So keep it moving back. Keep a tone to your belly. Open up into Trikonasana. Top arm to the sky. Front leg straight. If you can have your hand to the pinky edge of your foot, it allows your bottom shoulder to move back a little bit more. So you can move your hand outside your foot and get a little more opening across the front of the chest if you like. And then get the rotation of the ribs around the spine. One more breath. And then walk between the feet. Parallel your feet. Fold. Breathe. Empty out. Empty out of distracting thoughts. It's not that we want to be empty of thought. The nature of the mind is to think. That's okay. But it's the thoughts that are bringing us out of our practice, that are taking us somewhere not here. That's what we need to get rid of. Okay, lengthen your spine. Bring your right hand just underneath your face. So right out there in front of you. You can always put it on a block if that would be helpful. Then left hand to your sacrum, the base of your spine. Palm flat on your sacrum. Make your sacrum flat. Feel if one hip wants to hike up higher than another. And just make it parallel to the floor. Then twist to the right without letting your hips move. Don't let your hips move. Twist right.
Left.
Yep, left, sorry. Yep, that's what I meant. Yep, thank you, left. Yeah. That's it. Yes, twist left, sorry. Left shoulder lifting up. Then if you want to go left arm up, you can go left arm up, but don't let the hips move. Just keep the rotation in the spine. You got it. All right, exhale, release whatever hand is up, down. That one. Right hand to the back of the sacrum, left hand underneath your face. Can be on a block. Parallel your sacrum with the floor and then rotate, look right. For real this time, look right. Twist right, look up over the right shoulder. Yeah, don't let your hips move, keep rotating. Take your right arm to the sky. Yeah. One more breath. Ring out, let go of whatever is blocking you from revelation this morning. Good, release that hand down. Walk back to the front of your mat, step back to dog pose. It's like that Rumi quote that says, it's not your task to seek for love, but simply to seek and find all the barriers you have put up against it. It's the same thing with revelation. Say that about any number of things. Okay. We're going to step into warrior one now. So right foot up between your hands, spin down your left heel, come up facing front. Turn your hips to face forward. So pivot your left hip around, bend your right knee deeply. Good. Now reach your left arm out in front. So feel how the body wants to open to the left a little bit, right? So reach forward with your left arm. Again, spine upright, just rotate around, reach forward so that now your shoulders are, so not so much that you're twisted, but just so the shoulders are right over the hips. Then take that arm up and then right arm up. You got it. So you're facing front. Hold steady and breathe and be here. And let the wisdom of the pose reveal itself to you. The wisdom of your body, the wisdom of your heart as you just focus here, present. Release your hands to your hips. Take a footprint step in with your back foot. Straighten your legs for Parsvottanasana. That's a little too short, Lana. Go a little longer. Yeah. Then hinge, come forward. Keep your elbows lifting up, shoulders lifting up, spine extending long out of your pelvis. So stay as long as you can in your spine for as long as you can. So don't let it round yet. We'll get there, I promise. Spine long. Engage your right quadricep. Pull it up a little bit. That steadies you. Okay, now hands to the floor and round your spine. Try to have a sense that you're extending straight in front. So, you know, we sort of fold over the front leg, but if your feet are a little wide, you're sort of folding between your legs, not over your right leg so that you're leaning to the side. It's just straight out in front. So the right side body is as long as the left side body. And this pose is called intense side angle, side stretch pose, something like that. It's not called intense hamstring stretch. It's side stretch. So if you think about it that way, and you level off the right side with the left side, it reveals itself in a different way. Ooh, right as I said that, the sun came out. Did you see that? Okay, back to dog. Back to downward facing dog. Good, you can hold or you can flow if you like. Warrior one with the left foot forward. So come up, facing front, level your hips, wrap the right hip around. And then if that was helpful, do that little exercise again with the right hand. So sort of reach forward and let that whole rotation come into the spine so that shoulders land right over hips. Then right arm up, left arm up. Hold, open, be ripe for revelation. 2 more breaths here. Release your hands. Step in a footprint. Straighten your legs. Hands on hips. Slide your elbows back. Thumbs back. Legs straight. Hinge. Spine straight. Hinge. We'll get to the rounding. But come in with a long spine to start. Lifted, lengthened spine. When you hit resistance, just breathe there for a moment. Steady yourself. And then on your next exhale, release your hands, fold over your leg. One more breath here. And then find your way back to downward facing dog. Hold or vinyasa. We're going to step up with the right foot again. Spin down your back heel, come up to standing. We're going to come to Parivrita Trikonasana, revolved triangle pose. So same stance as Parsvottanasana. Legs are straight, hips are facing forward. We come forward with a long spine. And for this one, the spine stays long. So if landing your hand onto a block would be helpful to help that situation. So watch for a second. A couple of ways you can do this. You can land the hand inside and then twist. I'm trying to keep this hip lifting up, hips level. You could go outside the foot. That's a little bit of a deeper twist. You can go outside the foot onto the floor, but we're trying to maintain that length of the spine and then the rotation around rather than just a side bend over to the side, right? Okay, hands on hips, extend your spine out. So we're not going to go to the rounded position this time. So stay long in your spine and then take your left hand to the floor. You can go inside the foot, you can go on the foot, you can go outside the foot on the floor or a block. Use your right hand on your right hip to draw your right hip back, lengthen the right side, and then begin the revolution around the spine. Turn your spine, your torso around your spine. Yes. Take your right arm to the sky, or don't. You can keep the hand on the hip. Yeah, palm facing, if you're in the room, palm facing away from the windows. Move the shoulder back, your top shoulder back. Yes, take one more breath. Don't let your left hip collapse down. Yes, good. Okay, exhale, release. Good, step back, switch your feet. So, it's not about doing it wrong or doing it right. It's just how are we eliciting the most opening in the body. Left foot forward come up into the Parsvottanasana stance here. So a wider stance is easier for balance. A narrower stance is easier for twist. So find your dance between those two. Parallel your, shoulders, hips facing forward, shoulders over hips. Hinge. And then right hand with the spine long, right hand to floor or block. Inside the foot, outside the foot, on the foot. Lengthen out of the pelvis. Rotate to the left. Yes. Don't let your right hip dip down. It's going to want to. Mine does. Twist. You can take your left hand to the sky, or you can just stay on the hip. That works too. 2 deep breaths here. Steady. All right, good. And then release your twist. Plant your hands. Step back to dog. Drop your knees down. Sit back into child's pose for a moment. Okay, we're going to need a couple of blocks. So if you need blocks, I will bring some around. Lisa, you could do this without blocks if you don't have blocks. I'm going to give you a couple blocks. Anyone else need blocks? Thank you. Okay, so here's what we're doing. We're going to come onto the back. So just watch for a second. I'll show you. We're going to one block is forward, one block is, so one at the top, one at the bottom. And you can do this without blocks. It just makes it a little easier with the blocks. So I'm going head on one block, right foot on the other block. And then I'm coming into a baby cradle situation. Now, the cradle can look like this. It can look like this. The head and the foot on the block makes this just a little more accessible. I'm keeping this ankle nice and straight, keeping my toes and my foot active. So there's some muscular energy in the lower leg. Okay, so right foot on the block, head on the block at the top. Yeah, and then pull your left knee in. So just go knee to chest for a moment. You can do a couple circles here, just get a little movement in the hip. And then hold your left foot with your right hand and try to start to draw your left foot towards your right shoulder. Flex your left foot, spread out the toes, keep your ankle straight. Then if you want to go deeper, you could scoop. I didn't say this one, but you could take your forearms underneath your shin. That works. You could cradle into the elbows if that works. Extend your right leg really long. Draw your left foot towards your right shoulder, but let your left knee move away from your left shoulder. So you're getting that stretch into the hip. If you want to take this into a mermaid, you could take your left hand behind your head and reach your left fingers for your right fingers. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, or that feels like too much, just ignore me and stay where you are. Just giving options. All right, good. Release the foot. Kick your block over to the left. Take your left heel onto the block, pull your right knee in, do a little circling with the knee. Some movement in the joint before we go into the deep stretch. Then swing your foot over, hold it with your left hand, right foot, left hand. Right foot is flexed, ankle straight. Go into the cradle, whatever version of cradle you're doing. Holding with the hand, holding with your elbow. Move your right foot towards your left shoulder. Extend your left leg really long. Push your right knee away from your right shoulder. Stay here, or you could do the mermaid if you did that on the first side. Yeah. All right, let that leg go. It's a little bit of a gentler pigeon, but still a pigeon, right? All right, you can slide your blocks over to the side. We're gonna do a little abdominals here. So we're gonna pull your knees into your chest, squeeze them in for a moment. And you're gonna tuck your knees in as close to your belly as you can. Keep them there. Take your hands behind your head. Lift your head and shoulders up. Extend your right arm out to the right, left hand supporting the back of your head. Good. Now exhale, reach across. Try to reach your left pinky toe with your right hand. And then inhale and take the right arm out to the right. And then exhale, squeeze across. Squeeze your knees to your right armpit, reach for your pinky toe. Good. Inhale, back down. Couple more just like that. All the air out. Empty out, lift up, reach for your foot. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And last one, lift up. Good. Inhale, lower, just rest for a moment. You could rest your feet on the floor. You could hug your knees, whatever feels more comfortable. And then to the other side. So squeeze the legs together. Bring them in close. Hands behind your head. Lift your head and your shoulders up. Tuck your navel down towards your spine. Left arm out to the left. Exhale, reach across, twist. Try to reach your pinky toe. Inhale, back down. Exhale, lift and twist. Reach across. Inhale, back down. Couple more. All the air out. Use your breath. Pull your navel to your spine. Use that exhale to help you lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale. Empty out. Empty out. And then fill up as you release. One more time. And inhale. Good. And release. Hug your knees or rest your feet on the floor, knees together. All right. Roll to your side. And come on up. So I want to work on Parshva Bakasana a little bit, which is revolved crow pose. But as always, we'll come in stages. So it's this pose. We're perched on the feet, and then big twist, elbow outside. So opposite elbow, outside, opposite leg. And you're trying to get your knee above your elbow, so as high up as you can. So it might be easier to lift your hips up a little as you come into it. Then you squeeze in and you empty out. And you make yourself ripe for revelation, whatever's going to reveal itself in this pose. Then you plant your hand under your other shoulder, you squeeze your legs, and you lean out and lift your feet. Now, if that's not going to happen, another way to do it is this. It's a deeper twist, but it makes the balance a little easier. You can bring this elbow, so you can sort of double rest on both elbows, so your hip can come onto your elbow. Maybe you just lift your outside foot, maybe both feet come up. Here's another option. If you don't want to do any of those things, if you've got an elbow thing or a wrist thing, or you just are like, nope, not today, you can sit on a block and you can just work here into a deep twist. And that works too. Okay. Any of those. The first one is the full version. So I'll talk you into that. So perch on your toes, squat down low. Yeah. If you're sitting on the block, just go into the sitting on the block. That's fine. Then so let's lean left and reach up with the right arm. So you're just giving yourself a little bit of space here. And then big exhale, pull your navel back just like you did on your back and hook your right elbow outside your left knee and get your right hand to the floor. Then left hand to the floor, out to the side. So you're just on your knee is on one elbow, or bring your right hand into the right hip. No, left hand into left hip. I'm mirroring you guys, sorry. Lean out. Either way, bend your elbows. Make a little shelf, squeeze your legs together. You gotta lean forward. Try to take your hands forward, not out to the sides. Fingertips forward. That's forward, yes, yes. Hips up high, bend your elbows, hips up. That's it. Nice, you guys. Yep. Maybe just lift the outside leg. It's just you're doing chaturanga in your upper body. Your palms have to be flat. You're not on your fingertips. And you're lifting your head so that it's not pulling the weight of your body down towards the floor. What's that? Yeah, like that, like hands under shoulders, so that as you shift over, yep, your shoulders or your elbows are over your wrists, your shoulders are in line with your elbows. That's it. Yeah, and then over to the other side. So big twist to your right, left elbow. You could do the side stretch first. It helps just make a little twist, a little space there for the twist, and then elbow to outer leg. Plant your hand as close as you can. Then right hand goes into the hip or out to the side. Squeeze your legs, bend your elbows, lean forward. Maybe the top leg lifts, maybe both legs lift. I know, it's a big one. The balance in that pose is easier than in regular crow, but the twist makes it a whole lot harder, right? Keep your head up, Barb. Head up, head up. There you go. Lean forward, head up. That's it, that's it, that's it. Nice one. Okay. Uttanasana, forward bend. I know. Stretch your legs nice and straight. Just get the backs of the knees to open up. Okay, lengthen your spine, come on up. My thought for inversion today is to do shoulder stand. So if you're doing shoulder stand, you need 2 blankets. I don't get really picky about props with a lot of things, but shoulder stand, you absolutely need 2 blankets for. So if you're doing shoulder stand, 2 blankets, let me show you what we're doing, and then you can decide what you're doing. Thank you. If you're not doing it, you can do a supported bridge. So you'll need a block for that. Here's the setup for the shoulder stand. Lisa, if you don't have blankets, of course you do what you need to do. So here's the setup with the blankets. If you know what you're doing, if you've done this with me like 1,000 times, just go for it. It's fine. If you need the tutorial, stay with me. And then if this doesn't work, I'll show you something else you can do. So shoulders are on the blanket, head is off. I'll say it again. Shoulders on, head off. That keeps the curve in the neck and keeps it shoulder stand and not neck stand. And then you swing your legs over. You snuggle your elbows together behind you, hands to your back, legs to the sky. That's shoulder stand. Now, that's not for everyone. If your neck, if you have a cervical spine issue, if you have glaucoma, if you have stuff going on, if you get chronic migraines, it might not be the best pose. In that case, you can do a bridge. Just do the modified version. Bridge, block under hips, legs to the sky. It's like 75% of the same pose, 80%. All right. If you need help, call me over. Looks like everybody's, yeah, you got to do a big swing, launch. There you go, Anna. You got it. Squeeze your elbows in behind you. Yeah, elbows in and then legs up. In whatever pose you're doing, press your shoulders down. Yep. Shoulders down, head down, maintain that curve in the back of your neck. That's it, Lana. Good. If your hips are on the block, your legs are extending still, nice and long. So we try to stay in these inverted poses for a few breaths. If you need to come down, of course, come down. Your body is the best teacher. If your body is saying, come down, don't wait for the teacher to say it. Listen to your body. If you're still there, another 2 or 3 breaths to just open up and see what wants to reveal itself from being upside down, from having that perspective, that view of things. All right, slowly start to let your legs release overhead, release your hands to the floor. Those can be the brakes. Abdominals are the brakes. Slowly roll your hips back down. If you're on a block, just lift up your hips and slide the block to the side. Good, stay on your back for a moment. Don't get up too quick. Stay for a moment. Breathe where you are. Open up, listen. So many voices coming at us in our day-to-day lives. We are flooded with information all the time. And a lot of time our own wisdom, our own thoughts, our own revelations get covered up by that outside noise. So just take these couple of breaths to listen inwards. And then roll to your side. Come on up. All right, take one of your blankets, open it up. We'll do a little supported restorative here before Shavasana. Okay, so take your blanket, open it up one time, and then roll a nice long roll. Yeah. Good, just leave it there for a sec. Bring your soles of your feet together. Leave it there in front of you, yep. Soles of your feet together. Scoot your behind close to your feet. Sit up tall. Draw your low back in, shoulders back. Good, twist one more time to the right, left hand, right knee. A gentle twist. Using that muscle memory, the instincts, the sort of inner knowing of the body in how it is twisting and turning to the right. And then inhale, center, come to the left. Right hand, left knee. Inhale, center, hold your ankles, lengthen your spine, widen your knees, fold. Let your jaw, your neck, your shoulders relax and release. Let the muscles in the back soften and release. Soften your face, soften your mind, soften your brain, soften the rigid ideas and thoughts that you have about who you are, what your body is, what yoga is. Just open up. Inhale, come on up. Take your blanket, turn, put it around the top of your ankles, the top of your feet, and tuck it under your ankles. Then let your knees drop to the side. Scoot your butt close, heels in close to your butt, and then come lay down onto your back in a supported Baddha Konasana. Let your legs rest into your blanket. And we'll get to Shavasana in a moment, but focus a little bit on your deep breaths here on a 3-part yogic breath. If it's helpful to have a hand on the belly and a hand on the chest, you can do that. You don't have to. But as you're breathing in, breathe first to the belly, then to the ribs, and then filling all the way to the top. And exhaling, belly, ribs, chest. Inhaling deep and full, expanding the torso front to back, side to side, top to bottom. Breathing all the air out, feeling a retraction of the belly, of the ribs, of the chest. And just like that, a few more intentional, deep breaths. Now let your breath just settle into a natural, even rhythm without any manipulation or changing of the breath. Just let it be its own beautiful, natural, easy self. You can stay with your legs in this position for Shavasana if you like, or if it would feel more comfortable, you can stretch your legs out. Whatever position you've chosen to finish your practice in, just let yourself sink into it deeply. Let your legs relax, your hips and your pelvis, your shoulders, your neck, your head. Relax your eyes and your jaw and your tongue. And as the body becomes still and calm and quiet, draw your awareness inside. Follow the breath from the outside deeply within. Just open up to whatever it is that you might find there, without any preconceived notions about how you should feel or be, or what you should feel or be. And just feel and be.
Ever so gently now, let your breath begin to deepen. Allow your body to stretch, reawaken in whatever way feels good to you. Begin to draw your knees together and roll to your side. And slowly make your way back to seated. Story of yoga is really the story of concealment and revelation. We learn that the divine, however we understand that energy to be in the universe, conceals itself as each and every one of us, comes into being as each and every one of us. And as a practice of concealment. And then our work as yoga practitioners is to dive back inwards and remember that that's who we are, that we are these bodies and these roles that we play and the jobs that we do and all the things that we do in the day to day, but that we are so much more. And when we just get quiet and we listen and we pay attention and we empty out of the thoughts and the external noise, then the inner voice reminds us that that's who we are, reveals itself to us in its glory. So may it be so for each of us as we move through the rest of the day and into the week. Bring your hands together at your heart and let's send each other and ourselves off with a blessing, a prayer for oneness, for wholeness. Let's chant one Om to close. Deep breath in. Namaste. Thank you all. Hope you all have a beautiful day.